Hey everyone, Nam back here again to talk about another case that was featured on Unsolved Mysteries. Uh, it wasn't just featured though on Unsolved Mysteries by itself. It's been featured many times on many various history channels and everything like that, as it is arguably one of, if not the more intriguing unsolved mysteries of all time. And that is dealing with none other than, as you can see in the picture, D.B. Cooper. D.B. Cooper uh, hijacked an airplane back on November 24th of 1971, and to this day it remains the only unsolved hijacking in American aviation history. Some of the events that surrounded it uh, was when he purchased a ticket. It was apparently under the name Dan Cooper, but news media outlets, I guess, were with all the fiasco going on, might have mistaken him and said D.B. Cooper. Uh, when he entered the plane, he apparently handed a note over to one of the flight attendants and notified her of the bomb, or of that he was going to hijack the plane. And uh, the passengers were let off. Cooper had showed her in the briefcase a bomb, which looked like to be a bomb, according to the flight attendant, and it had like the four down, four up, that was like of the lights, that it, that uh, that appear on a bomb usually. Um, and he wanted a ransom money of $200,000, which he asked for uh, $10,000 in 20 with 20 bills unmarked. And uh, during the whole time though, the flight attendants, even though he had threatened them with the bomb and was holding them, everyone, or the flight attendants and the crew itself, for ransom. If I do remember correctly, they said he wasn't a violent man. He didn't appear uh, like vicious, like he was going to hurt them, but he was like laid back, just relaxed, wasn't causing, besides the fact that him threatened to hijack, he wasn't aggressive or anything like that. um, but when he got the ransom money, uh, he then would escape from the air flight stairs. Now, the interesting thing about that back then is no one really would know about the air flight stairs being able to uh, open while the airplane was in flight. And it's been said that the only people back then to have known about that would have been people who were probably involved in the military, and which is a connection to what the authorities believe, that he had military experience. And some of the suspects to this day are mainly probably have some sort of ties with military or something along those lines. um, and then when he did that, he parachuted off with ransom money and everything like that. um, and the other part of the debate that goes on today of this unsolved mystery is whether he survived the landing or not. Some wonder, maybe even if he did survive the landing, that he wouldn't have survived uh, the possibility of living in those uh, outdoor environments, because of where it was located, and it would have been difficult to survive. And then because 9 years later, then uh, a young child found, when it was I think he was with his family. I think they found $10,000 worth of the money, and it matched the serial numbers, I believe it was, of the dollars that of the bills that D.B. Cooper had with him at the time. And it brought the case up even more, and it brought up the question also of, did he survive this or not, and it probably put in the back of people's minds that he didn't. But see, the thing is, where was the rest of the money? So, and then there's been theories of, well, did he do that to leave it there as a diversion, or did he really, like, not survive the conditions around the environment, and his body's just maybe never been found? Um, but there is still, questions about whether or not if he did survive, and he might have gotten away with it. And to this day, as I said, even if he is dead, the authorities still want to be able to identify this man, and so the case is still open to this day. Um, there's also some other interesting theories I read in places, like one being that DB Cooper was actually a woman turned into a man, so and had a sex change. I don't really buy that one, but it's interesting that one was thrown out there. I forget where I saw that. Uh, and then also, even though you see here with the sketch drawings, some say they're not quite accurate to the actual description and the facial features and everything like that. They have changed somewhat a little bit throughout the years, but all in all, they've been relatively similar. But um, people, I think also what it's hard that they can't get an accurate description uh, as close as possible is because he was, as you can see in the picture on the left, he was wearing sunglasses, and it was hard for them, I think, to tell or get a really good description. But they were able to tell it was like his other physical features, like his height and weight, and possibly his age too. But I mean, like you can see on the right though, that it shows his face without the sunglasses. But like I said, they're not quite sure if that's the most accurate description they could have gotten. Um, I think he survived. I really do. Even though the money there, I think it probably was left as a diversion, or maybe if it was when he was parachuting off. Even though the authorities said he wasn't trained, I guess, with in knowing how to use parachutes that well, I still think he survived the jump. Uh, and it's possible that some of the money could have fell out while he was jumping out. You never know. It was when it was given to him, and I think he then went and lived anonymously, or not being caught at least. And that's my opinion. And I would like anyone else's opinions and their theories of what they think may have happened uh, with this person that we know as DB Cooper, and maybe who they might think might be behind it if it's anyone that's uh, mentioned. Because there's various people that have come forward on their deathbed saying that they were in fact the DB Cooper that hijacked that plane. It's very interesting. It's one of my favorite unsolved mystery cases, and not just about from the show alone. I mean, in the history. It's one of the most intriguing stories, and uh, that that has caught my eye. And to this day, ever since I learned about it, I want to. It's intriguing, like I said, and I want to know who this was, because uh, whoever did this, obviously they executed, I think, the most perfect crime. Like I said, I think the person survived. But let me know what you think, if they did or not, and your possible theories as what happened that night when he hijacked the plane. I will leave a link in the description where uh, it's a timeline, a nice. It's like 12 pages long. It's like an article, so it's not like you're reading like an actual page like from a book, but it's like it'll lead you through the events and everything, like from leading up to the hijacking itself, and the aftermath and other things like that. So like I said, I'll leave a description of this video below. Um, feel free, like I said, to let me know what you think, your theories, whether you think he survived it or didn't, and if there's anyone like uh, criminals that you think that could possibly be connected with DB Cooper somehow. Feel free to leave a comment as well regarding that. I'd love to have a discussion with everyone that watches this video. So, with that said, though, that's my video for an Unsolved Mysteries cases this time. And until next time, as always, I'm Nam. Always use your noodle.